Hello, everyone. Welcome to Hue Spotlight, and it is an extreme pleasure and an honor to have a two-time Juno Award winner. Welcome to Spotlight, Aysanabee, and a warm welcome to Winnipeg, sort of via Zoom.
Yeah. Hey, thank you so much.
Well, I guess it has been definitely a very, very special time for you. So take us through it, Aysanabee. I guess your thoughts and feelings at being at the Junos and hearing your name announced.
Mm, yeah. It was definitely a surprise. Like I thought like maybe there was a chance of getting the Indigenous category. I think I'd said this before, but like I did watch the Oscars and I saw, Killers of the Flower Moon, 11 nominations, no wins, so I thought, okay, maybe the world isn't ready yet. Um, so yeah, getting the nominations was obviously so much gratitude, but getting the win was like pretty crazy, and getting the second call up, like I wasn't even expecting that. But yeah, it's interesting because you know I think it just like a lot of factors, but yeah, like definitely I don't know who's on the grand jury, but I know like generally these juries are made up of peers and stuff, and people who work within the music industry. So like whoever kind of decided that I was worthy of these awards, like I a lot of gratitude. But I know that that's now the real work starts. So.
Yeah, because how do you even top that? But songwriter and then alternative album, are they? Do they both mean the same to you, Aysanabee, or is there one that's even more fonder to the heart for you?
Like I think being songwriter of the year is definitely like uh that's a now the pressure's on, right? Like I don't even like I think like of myself as like an all right songwriter. I'm always kind of learning and making mistakes all the time. So to be to bring that award home, like definitely gets your own, you get inside your head a little bit with that one, right? Like, oh man, now we gotta write nothing but great songs.
Well,
Hopefully.
you're in
Uh,
pretty prestigious company in that category. So, what do you think it was, or even in your own mind, or as you've been doing interviews and probably meeting more new people in the music industry, what was it about this album, Here and Now, that made such a big impact? Not only for you, but for the music industry this year, Canadian music industry.
mm, I wonder that myself, to be completely honest. I've never sat on these boards or these panels or like jury system, so like I feel like there's always like several factors at play. Like they probably looked at my whole catalog of work and what I've been doing over the past couple of years, right? Like I think I was nominated last year, but like no one had ever heard of me, and they're just like, why is that guy there? So I think over the course of just playing 300 shows in the last 2 years, like, and just getting out there and talking to people and sharing what I've been doing, like I feel maybe that reached them, and they found what I was doing worthy of the nomination and like and the win. Like they're prestigious, but they definitely are. They help you kind of get to those next levels and kind of make those connections. It's like um there's plenty of weight there when you go to a different country and you're like, oh yeah, yeah, like Aysanabee, and they're like, oh yeah, cool, 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 and you're like, oh yeah, Juno winning Aysanabee. Then so people start listening a little more, perhaps.
And
So I hope to like not let the people down that like nominated me. Keep doing that good work and keep keep working and building and creating the same space and opportunity for other people coming up too. Like I came up because I have an incredible team. I have Ishkade Records, and I have people who have kind of blazed these trails
Mhm.
uh, before me. Like I said, like with Ishkade Records, it's the first Indigenous and female-owned record label in the country, and they had all these doors shut on them before,
Mhm.
and they broke a lot of these glass ceilings that I'm able to just kind of, they're able to show me this pathway. So yeah, I hope to can kind of continue doing that work too.
Do you feel now that you belong with everybody else? Or is there still a bit of a stigma still? I mean, we
Uh,
always talk about it, right?
I think I think that that weird kind of imposter syndrome that I have will probably never go away. It's like I think the younger generation who like you go on TikTok and you see like Indigenous pride and like people who've kind of like grown up never, well, not never, but like maybe not like kind of having that same kind of, like, I didn't grow up with that much pride. I grew up in small northern towns where there was like kind of controversial relations between Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities. So like,
Mhm.
I think that's where the imposter syndrome comes from. It comes from being told we don't belong anywhere. So to get in these spaces, yeah, you still kind of do feel sometimes like an outsider, but you're seeing more people that kind of
Mhm.
get it though, or more people that even look like you in these places, you know what I mean? So it's yeah, I think in a generation like that won't really kind of won't really be there as much, hopefully. So
No, and I think, especially with this album here and now, like you delve into your own lived experience, right? Memory is important to you. What you've learned from that. Moving forward, where do you see your music going?
yeah, I think um that's a tough one. That's a tough one. But like I obviously like everything I write is kind of always very kind of personal or but who knows? Like I continue exploring songwriting and concepts and different, like I've never, some people will write almost like a fictional story. And I've never even considered that when it comes to songwriting because it's always been such a coping mechanism for me that I've always used it to tell my own story or the stories of close ones near me. So yeah, I mean, I'm working on new music now, obviously, and it's just kind of like collections of stories and experiences I've had over the last couple of years. But yeah, as far as like future down the road, like I think I have a few concepts I've always been kind of sitting on the back burner, but yeah, I don't know. We'll wait and see what see what sparks
Well,
joy.
yeah, well, it's a huge, fun adventure, I think, now, but all the hard work that you have put in to get to where you are now, when you look back at it, Aysanabee, what sticks out most in your mind? Like turning points, or maybe meeting someone that gave you the strength, I think maybe is the right word, but strength or motivation to continue on because yes, you can. Or maybe it was even yourself.
Yeah, you know what? Like I used to work in the wilderness and like sometimes I reflect on that a little bit. I used to like, you know, have to work all year round, in rainstorms and snowstorms, like going through swamps, like being stalked by wild animals and charged by bears. And like, it's like it's I get tired on the road sometimes. But I mean, I'm still like sleeping in like a hotel or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm not like not getting left in the bush because the plane had to leave before sunset. Like it's gets tiring sometimes, but like it's wild. It's not lost on me that this is something I've always wanted to do with my life, and I'm doing it. And I mean, I know on the outside, like people are like I always see like the headlines being like, wow, like crazy trajectory. But for me, it's always been kind of like very Like I've seen every baby step to get to this point, and I've played a lot of shows to two people, Um, so yeah, everything seems pretty incremental to me, and like I feel like there's still so much work to be done, and I don't know, it still amazes me that by sharing a song and sharing a story, you can move a person. Like I got to go to, and the music, like it's like it's brought me into different parts of the world. Like
Hmm.
I went and played a festival in Cartagena, and I don't think many people there even spoke English, but like, I still told the story behind the song and sang the song. And, sometimes music can kind of, you don't even really need to know the words to kind of feel what the person's saying. And like, yeah, it was cool to kind of see a bunch of people came up and, would say like the couple words that they know, like, oh, congratulations, or, you know what I mean? Thank you. And, but you can tell that like it kind of impacted them, and that's always kind of like a strange and like amazing thing. And it's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to practice gratitude every day for like being able to do that.
Well, you're doing a very good job. You're very, very humble. And you were talking about the universality of music. Do you see yourself now as a mentor for, in particular, probably young Indigenous artists coming up?
I think so. I'm not. I feel like I suppose so. I feel like mentor. For some reason in my mind, mentor just seems like this like you know
Elder.
uh like I'm like yeah, like a Jedi training a Padawan, you know what I mean? Like, but it's like I've learned a few things on the way, and I try to like learn as much as I can in spaces, uh, like I have a team and stuff, but I make sure to be like, no, I want to be like involved in every aspect so I can understand
Hmm.
what's this industry that we're in, and just so I can be, you knowledgeable in these spaces if people have questions for me, like if people want advice on how to do this or that, like I can actually have an answer, and kind of just keep sharing knowledge. Um, so yeah, in that respect, like I can share what I know and what I've learned. And most of that's been within the last 2 years, I feel like, But it's been like learning a steep learning curve, but like I feel like yeah, I have some advice if should people seek it.
Should they seek it from you? You are the wise one now. You have graduated. Now, I know that you were going to play a song for us acoustically, but unfortunately not. But I did have a chance to hear, I guess it's your newest single or a single to come out, Someone Else. It's
Somebody else, yeah.
somebody else. It's beautiful. It really is.
Yeah,
And
thank
yeah,
you.
and drawn from personal experience.
Yeah, you know what? Like one thing about this industry though that I would say to anyone who's really trying to make a go at it is you will be on the road a lot. It's true that you do a 9 to 5 or you do a 24/7.
Hmm.
And to kind of make this work, it does kind of take a lot of your time, and you know because of that, your home life will suffer. It's hard to find that balance,
Hmm.
and it really kind of
It's toll.
takes a certain understanding and certain people who understand what this industry is. So like, yeah, that song is about I wouldn't say a failed relationship as much as I'd say like just two people who's made it as far as they can together, Um, and yeah, like that song in particular, like it was just, I remember I was still on the road and I was just like doom scrolling social media as we all do sometimes
No.
late night. And I saw this person like with another person, and they were genuinely happy together. And I was genuinely happy for this person that like they found somebody who can give them all the things that they want and deserve, even though like I can do that because yeah, I chose music. So.
Well, we really are so thankful for you to spend some time with us, and congratulations again on the 2 Junos. Enjoy it, and I know that you're going to go on to bigger and better things, and can hardly wait to hear the new music from Aysanabee. So thank you very much.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
His arms, television night, does he speak to you? Is everything right? Does he know you like I know you? Like the right side of the bed when you come home late from your friends? Well, I've been wandering through your garden. Didn't I give you enough to go? I've been walking through this empty house. Didn't I give you enough to grow? So let me hold you like you're the old you. 'Cause you've been holding on to me like somebody else. And when it falls through, am I there, am I holding you? Or am I holding a place for somebody else? Are you laughing? Are you crying? Is it all to catch your breath? Does he get that same smile from when we met? Oh, I've been homing down these empty halls, sung the writing on the wall. But did we know our song was ending before we let go of it all? So let me hold you like you're the old you. 'Cause you've been holding on to me like somebody else. And when it falls through, am I there, am I holding you? Or am I holding a place for somebody else? Oh, I've been living somebody, I've been living somebody, I've been living somebody else's life. Oh, I've been living somebody, I've been living somebody, I've been living somebody else's life. So let me hold you like you're the old you. 'Cause you've been holding on to me like somebody else. And when it falls through, am I there, am I holding you? Or am I holding a place for somebody else?